Box.
What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Happy whatever day you're watching this. It is a beautiful day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking to watch. I'm Carly. This is my husband, Box.
I am Bax.
And we are Carly and Box. We are a podcast that just honestly yaps about anything. We're married, we're parents, but we're also just dope individuals, period. So yes, we have a very exciting episode today. I said because I thought about it and I'm like, some of these topics are not really, it's nothing to be excited about for real. But as far as us speaking on it, I think it's going to be a great discussion today. So how are you feeling today, first of all?
I'm feeling good. I am feeling, sorry, allergies, very congested.
Yeah, a lot of people are going through it right now.
Super congested. But I'm feeling good. Honestly, it's been a calmer week. But honestly, I feel good. Feel rested.
Yeah, for sure.
Haven't felt that in a while.
Yeah, we are definitely rested. Baby is sleeping. If we were honestly waiting for him to do this podcast, we would never do it. So we're just trying to
We gotta fit in where we can.
we can. If he wakes up, he gonna be right here with us because he's not napping long right now. But
At all. But
yeah, so we're just gonna get into the first topic, and we are gonna talk about the Manosphere.
the Manosphere. So there was a Netflix documentary that came out. If you didn't watch it, it's called Manosphere.
Inside the Manosphere.
Inside the Manosphere.
By Louis Theroux.
Louis Theroux. And basically, just to run down, if you don't know what the Manosphere is, it's basically a network of influencers, I guess you could say, personalities that discuss certain men issues. And it's mostly around like dating, gender roles, and relationships. And it's basically their version of, I'm not gonna say that. Basically, they talk about the truths that are quote unquote hidden by society about gender dynamics. Their views on women are primarily driven by status, power. Got to make a lot of money. You think of your Andrew Tates, your whoever.
Fresh and Fit podcast.
Fresh and Fit, yeah, them type of people. Basically saying men need to be more dominant, high status, emotionally detached to succeed. And it's kind of revolves around the red pill theory or the red pill way that comes from the Matrix, which is basically like, you can either stay asleep or you can wake up to what's really going on. And that's just in a male centered way of just being, more dominant. But we watched it. We recommend to watch it. It's pretty, it's a fun watch.
Yeah, so if you want to watch it, pause this, watch it, then come back then. Yeah, because there will be spoilers. Yeah. I mean, it's a documentary, but yeah, like essentially it's like if you ever scrolled in your timeline and seen like someone screaming at a woman, they're a part of that manosphere.
Yeah, it's
a lot of rage baiting. They
if
rage bait to the max.
Tate, just think of every creator like
think
that.
Of many
that
Andrew
does,
Tates.
Yeah. So to start with the Manosphere, well, one, what did you think of, the documentary? What did you think
appalled, honey. I was appalled. Like,
yeah.
I remember I kept asking, like, yo, if I ever caught Noah watching, it's okay. Yeah, so basically, I was like, I kept telling Manny, like, if I ever caught Noah watching these people, like, because a lot of them are on, like, streaming, TikTok, all that stuff. And, like, I would definitely feel like I did a bad job as a parent.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are just most of them are just so misogynistic. Like, there's, like, that S.H. Tiki-Taki, I think his name is.
Yeah.
There's this other guy, he's, like, from somewhere. I don't remember if it was from Louisiana, but he's just, like, yeah, a lot of them, they're, like, saying, yeah, they have girlfriends, but they don't believe in being with one woman. Like, they could be with multiple people, and the woman that they're with, their main person, has to be loyal to them. But like a lot of their fans, like a lot of them are spewing like hatred, like racism, all that stuff. And then you'll see like in the documentary, like 13-year-olds, 14-year-old little boys are coming up to them like, yeah, I hate them too.
Yeah.
And it's just like
It really just paints a picture of like this whole community of people kind of just go off the belief of like, as men, we're supposed to basically just be macho, high and mighty, and women, it paints the picture that women are less than us. So it's like, they're on the side of us, but, treat them as such, they're less than.
Yeah.
And it's like very,
and that our value is only in our beauty.
Yeah, basically. And honestly, like, it's crazy because, I actually remember like seeing Andrew Tate back in the day when he first came up, and literally he paved the way for this whole like generation. Because I remember him starting off, and it was a little bit like, oh, like he's saying some questionable stuff, but he was very much like trying to uplift men. But it was just like, oh nah, like he's actually going about it a really bad way.
Yeah.
And then now it's like a bunch of communities of people trying to do it, clicks, views. But what's crazy about it is that in this documentary, he asked one of the people that are, an influencer in this field, HS Tiki, and he was like, yo, what would your mom say about it? And he was like, yeah, like she does not stand for any of this, but, I know it's going to get views and everything. Honestly, at the end of the day, like they're just doing this for views
and clicks.
Yeah.
And they know 13-year-olds are watching them and they're going to take their parents' credit cards.
Literally. They all sell these courses of like, oh, you want to be a man, start your own business, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But aside from the toxic part, how do you think Manosphere ideology kind of reflects in relationships, specifically ours or just in general? But how do you think the Manosphere ideology could, kind of feel like it's in our relationship, not in a negative way, but just like, because they preach, men go to work.
Things that they said, because certain things that they were saying, I even said to Emmanuel, like a broken clock is right twice a day, for real. Mm-hmm. So like certain things that they were saying, like I guess they're kind of more on a toxic approach of a lot of things, whereas if you flip it around, can be in like a traditional marriage, which we have already stated that we have, right? So like at the end of the day, like certain things that we do in our traditional marriage where some people don't have it, it doesn't make it wrong because we're not even going about it in a toxic way. This is two people that have mutually agreed to how we are going to function in our relationship. Yeah. Whereas a lot of times they're going about it like, I make the rules. Like if this person doesn't want it or like want to be a part of it, then I'm like, whatever. Like I deserve to have threesomes. Like even in one of the people, like their girlfriend, she was like, yeah, like she packs my condoms on the trips. Like
that was wild.
No,
packing your condoms is insane.
Like, and
what if I told you pack my condoms? You gonna pack them for me?
I'm gonna pack my stuff and walk out the door.
Oh, there you go.
I'm out. I'm gonna pack my stuff.
Yeah, that's insane.
But yeah, like, and then she was just like, yeah, I know the women that he's with is nothing serious. Like, I know I'm the main person that, like, no. And she ended up breaking up with him because it was just like, no. So honestly, I think it's a difference. Like, I feel like they go to such extremes when they're already done.
But you got to dumb it down. They got to dumb it down all the way because it's just like they're in a traditional route, I would say, but to the point where it's like, okay, like if I want to step out of my marriage or like sleep with somebody else, whatever, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have multiple partners, and you should be okay with it as a woman, and you shouldn't cheat though as well. Like you shouldn't step out. Just me, which is kind of just like, yo, that is insane. But it's crazy because a lot of them actually do come up and build their wealth in a very like honorable way. Like that one guy, he had the steel beam company. That's what he kind of made his money off of. Andrew Tate was a fighter. HS Tiki guy, whatever. I think he was just a bot.
Regular guy.
But it's just like, I don't know. I guess you get all this money and then you just feel like you have to dominate the world or dominate women. Honestly,
controversy basically gets them their money.
Yeah. The thing which is scary though, and this will lead to my next question, why do you think so much, we're not going to talk about younger kids because, they don't know any better. They're just taking the slap. Mm-hmm. Why do you think a lot of older men are drawn to this? From a woman's perspective.
Okay, like men around their age or older men that are like, I look up to this guy. Well, sorry, I heard my baby cough. I heard him cough. I'm like, is he waking up? Okay, so yeah. this is a great question. I feel like, as we've seen within the documentary, a lot of them either were raised by like single moms, or also they had their dads in their lives, but their dads were like in and out their lives, or like really just abusive towards them. I feel like a lot of times, sometimes people are looking for like a brotherhood, or looking for like just mentorship, or if they don't have father figures in their lives, and they just, that's the people that they look towards, and they think like this is the right way.
Yeah.
Like, so it's a lot of times they're just seeking some type of like community, and they look towards the wrong direction, obviously.
So I'll give it from a guy's point of view, and I'm gonna be real honest, like extreme hot take. I think the idea of, you know, what a man is supposed to be, specifically in, you know, Western society, I think it's fading. It's truly fading. And I feel like, you know, it's easy to get lost or question like, yo, like, what am I supposed to do? We see now, before then, you know, men went to work, they did this, they did that, work with their hands, whatever. But now, like, there's an even playing field for men and women. So it's like a lot of men truly probably feel lost. And this is probably some type of like, I don't know, maybe just idol, or, you know, pillar that they could look towards to be like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be. Because again, like right now with men, it's a very, very like fine line of like, yo, does a man do this? Does a man do that? Oh, we have these 50-50 talks now. We have this, we have that. So really nobody knows a lot of people don't know what it means to be a man. And especially like younger people growing up, they don't know what it means to be a man. So I see why. I'm not gonna lie. I see why people do look up to this type of content and, you know, get courage from it, because it gives them a sense of purpose, a sense of like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be. But
and I think to piggyback off that, I think a lot of them too, though, are just looking at the money. They're like,
that's
these
true.
people are successful.
Yeah, they make a lot of money.
They're telling me how to be a man. They're
the
making
women,
money.
they got, you know, a lot of women they're sleeping with.
Yeah, like, maybe that's what I want to do to be considered a man. Sleep with
all
a
in
lot
Miami,
of get
driving
the money,
nice cars.
literally.
So it is very attractive. But honestly, I think a lot of men, you know, look and be like, okay, some stuff is like, I get it. Other stuff is extreme. But honestly, I think there hasn't been like a prominent like male figure in a while that kind of was just like the token man of like, okay, this is what it means to be a man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's none of that anymore. So
like a normal person or like a celebrity?
I would say a normal person or even a public figure.
You don't think like Russell Wilson is like a man?
Russell Wilson is a man.
Not
like,
a man. We know he's a man.
Why are you thinking of Russell Wilson? I'm all Wait, everybody in your mind, you said Russell Wilson. Because he was Sierra?
Yes. And he's a good man.
Well, he sucks at football. Sorry. He's not that great anymore. But
that's like a good man. Like, people think of a good man.
But this is where the manosphere comes in. They don't believe in, like, you know, because he's taking care of Future's kid, right?
Well, no, that's his daddy.
That's not his actual kid, though.
Obviously, not biologically, but he's known him since he was a baby.
So the manosphere wouldn't even, like, they would be like, oh, yeah, I'm not taking care of another man's kids. And, like, but, I mean, he's a good role model, I guess. He's a good,
and they have mad kids together. They're monogamous. He's not sleeping and trying to be with other women while trying to be with her.
Honestly, I think it's a lot. Maybe I'll rephrase it. Maybe there's just more bad than good, because we see a lot of men, especially prominent figures, that like have multiple wives, have scandals, or not multiple wives, multiple partners, stepped out on their wives, multiple baby mamas, things like that. So maybe there's just more bad influences than good. But the manosphere ain't helping, unfortunately.
It's not. We're creating little misogynistic minions for real.
It's like when you watch that, you really just like, yo,
like, it gives hate women.
This is toxic. Like,
It was super toxic. And I'm sorry, I hate toxic masculinity just as much as I hate toxic femininity.
It's two bad extremes.
Very, very
Both
bad.
are bad.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm not on the I hate men's side, and I'm not on the I hate women's side. Even when they come up on my TikTok, I'm just like, no, I'm sorry, we're not doing that. Like,
so if I said I wanted to be part of the Manosphere and change my whole persona, would you support
talk
me?
like that? Like them. They try to be
talk like
they try to be fake motivational. Baby, we would not be together. You'll be in the Manosphere with somebody else. You think I'm gonna be packing your condoms on your work trips? Absolutely not.
You could put it like under the Dijon and so it don't get sauce on it. Well, guys, I will not be joining the Manosphere anytime soon. But make sure you drop a like, support this video so that this could be better than the Manosphere.
Yeah, this could be the content that's pushed out. Healthy content.
Yeah.
Not toxic propaganda.
Yeah. But on to the next topic.
The next topic today, the next topic that we're talking about. Last episode, we talked about age gap relationships, why we don't agree with them, and I remember saying something about like a lot of these age gap relationships, like nowadays that I see usually on TikToks, a lot of them started from grooming and just a lot of times like sexual assault things. So this topic is about Haley Beck. If you do not know who Haley Beck is, you might have heard of Noah Beck. Noah Beck was a TikTok star that was like on the rise with all those like TikTok stars like Addison Rae, I think her name's Charlie D'Amelio, like those people, like he was on the rise around that time in 2020. That was not my For You page, y'all. My For You page is very much so blickety, blickety, blickety black. Like that's more on that side. Like with the, TikTok dances, all that stuff. That's very much so like these people don't come up. The only reason why this story came up was because he's a very prominent figure. She basically is allegedly being accused of having a very inappropriate relationship with her student. So let me give you a quick little synopsis, okay? She's a high school teacher in Arizona. She's being accused of grooming and having a sexual relationship with a student. So here are the following reports and investigations. She allegedly sent thousands of texts to the student, 4,000 plus. She gave him money, gifts, alcohol, and special treatment in school. She allegedly had a sexual relationship with him, and investigators have said that this involved grooming and coercive behavior, even if the student was legally 18 at one point. She also, there are claims she called herself his sugar mama, paid him money connected to the relationship, did his homework, and boosted his grades.
Did his homework?
Yes.
What
honestly, if you want to go and look at these texts, I've seen these texts all over TikTok.
Oh, the texts are out?
Yes. All the pages are out. Like, it's her. She wrote him a love letter in one. Like, there's some, it's just like, it's okay if you don't want to talk to me. Like, this was so special. Maybe one day I'll invite you to my wedding. Stuff like that. Like, I'm paraphrasing, but the texts are out there and they're disgusting. Like, he was just like, there was one I read and she was like, $5. You want $5? You got to like work for something like that. And he was like, all right, I'll give you.
How old was he?
He's still in high school, but legally 18 at one point. So
well,
he's 17.
Oh, so they start with
I
17.
think so, yeah. But it's still inappropriate because, teacher.
That's insane.
And there, for the compliment, he was like, all right, I'll give you 5 compliments for the $5. And she sent a picture of herself, and then he was just like giving a compliment one by one. So low-key, some of the text messages, he was definitely like getting her money. And it's embarrassing. But yes, so another teacher at the same school was accused of inappropriate behavior with the same student.
The same school?
Yes.
Shut the school down.
And police think there could be more victims.
Let's shut the school down at first.
So, yeah, this is a whole thing. And this goes back to literally what we were saying last week. Age gap relationships are whatever they're trying to spread with that Netflix show and everything going on with the Epstein files. It's just weird. I'm sorry. It's weird. And it leads to things like this where people think it's okay to be with a literal child. Like, she is off her rocker. I don't think that obviously, if you're a public figure, like, you should be held accountable to what your siblings do. But I feel like if my sibling was a celebrity or someone that is a high influence, I would be on my P's and Q's.
But I'm like, what you doing
to not embarrass them? Like, I would be on my P's and Q's because I just feel like, yeah, like, I wouldn't even want that publicity on you. Yeah, and just like, it's just disgusting overall. So she was placed on leave in 2025, and the school moved to fire her after the investigation. And the case has been sent to prosecutors to decide on criminal charges. So the reason why this story even got big in the first place, this is not the first teacher-student inappropriate, like, grooming, sexual assault that I don't like to say student-teacher relationship because it's not a relationship if it's a student and a teacher. Like, it's just sexual assault, grooming. It's disgusting. Like, this is a child. The child can't consent to being in a relationship with an adult ever. So, yeah, like, this is not the first one, obviously, but because of who her brother is, it just got more widely, like, the cases out there. And I just wanted to ask, like, how would you feel, God forbid, if you heard anyone close to this has happened to, like, that we will know?
I gotta lay hands on the teacher.
You gotta
lay hands. I'm sorry.
It's, like, at that point,
if it's my God forbid, it will never be my child.
It won't in Jesus' name.
But like, you gotta lay hands. I'm sorry. It's beyond even pressing charges. Like, I just gotta lay hands on you. And honestly, I just think that it's really sick. It's sick, as a teacher. Like, this is work at the end of the day. This is your job. And what does a high schooler know? Like, a high schooler don't really know much. It don't matter if he's 17. That's a baby.
It's a baby. Think of yourself at 17. I was a baby. I thought I knew everything.
School. They probably have one little job, but they have no real bills, no life experiences. It's insane. And honestly, despite her, brother being a celebrity, like, I think it's just something mentally wrong.
Yeah, like,
it's
because
like,
people have pulled up TikToks too of her, like, being like saying her students are her friends and stuff like that. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, but honestly, I know for him, the student, it's every little boy's, a lot of them little boys' dream to be like, yo, I got the teacher. Like, they're probably, of course he was feeding into it and he was commenting because one, he probably getting a lot of stuff from her. And two, it's like, yo, like, he got this older woman and he could just, like, brag to his friends and this and that.
But that's a toxic thing too, though. Like, I think that's why a lot of men don't realize that they were raped or abused.
They don't.
Because they grew up thinking that this makes them manly and this is cool. When it's like, no. Yeah. It's not cool. It's not manly. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But, like, honestly, growing up, I heard stories of, like, teachers getting with students and like you this is not like the first time, and you hear that kind of often. And I don't know, maybe the school is not getting paid enough to do intensive background checks or whatever, but like, people like that, like, around kids is scary, especially in a time like you said where we see all this stuff coming out and it's like it's becoming more in our face. Like, I think parents have to, it starts with the parents. You have to be on high alert with your kids, no matter if they're 18, no matter, even if they early 20s, like, you really got to be on high alert because you never know. Like, and he probably hid this from his mom.
Yeah.
Nobody knew, like, and it's just like.
Here's the thing. Teachers gonna know my face. As soon as my kids start school.
Yeah.
They gonna know me, okay? Right now, they gonna know me. And they gonna know that I'm not afraid to go to jail for my kids. You're going to know that.
At that point.
You're going to know.
Sorry.
So once you understand that I'm not afraid to go to jail for my children, then act right.
Kids are so innocent. It's like, what do you have to, like, bother them for? Like, and there's, like, come on. You're a grown woman. You could find a man that could take care of your needs.
Go on a dating app if you can't find one in your community. Like, it's just genuinely disgusting to me. And also that brings me into, like, just teachers on TikTok that like expose children, or like, the teachers on TikTok that record kids.
Yeah.
Like, these are not your children to be recording.
Don't record my kid.
Don't record my kid, bro. Don't record my kid. Or like the teachers that go to school and wear like super tight clothing.
I
like,
be seeing that
body
trend
con
online,
dresses.
and they be like, oh, like you're going to school, like what do you dress
You're
like?
literally going around children. Like, it's okay. Like, I feel like when we were younger, like teachers look like teachers.
Yeah, they dress very like teacher.
No, I'm sorry. Like, the body con, save it for after school, okay?
And it's like you
at your house,
a whole bunch of little kids. Like, they don't care about
like,
your outfit. They wearing probably, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse stuff. Like, what you about to flex in front of them for?
Or even in high school, like, you understand, like, teenagers have hormones. Why are you buying? Like, why are you wearing inappropriate clothing around kids?
That. It's like,
and they do, a lot of them feed into it for real. Like, we know the weird teachers back in the day that you could tell they just loved certain kids.
Yeah.
Like, the athletes.
That was always so weird. Like even being in a class where it's like, a teacher and a student had like a really strong relationship
where it's creepy.
Okay,
like something's going on.
It's a little weird. Like, I don't know. It was very awkward for, like, at least for me being in the class and like witnessing that.
Me too. It's like disgusting. Like, they're treating you like you trash, but like, this person that come in that don't do no work, they love them.
Yeah, that was honestly, I don't miss school. I don't miss school at all. Like,
me neither.
I actually hated school. I was like
I love learning. Just school.
I hated school, honestly, because I think it's just like you had to. I'm gonna be real. School at times felt like corporate. Like, you had to, like, aside from getting good grades, you had to make sure you're liked by the teacher, make sure you have the friends and this and that, like, you always playing a game, or you always like in this type of like.
It's true, and I played it well because, baby, best believe the teachers like.
I forget the
teachers love me.
Forget the teachers.
I was listening for them grades. Hurry up, like hi, Mister.
Nah, I was not playing.
Not no creepy stuff, but
I was not going to probably two teachers that I know that I like, but I was not going to office hours. I was not doing the.
Really?
Nope.
I mean, in college, I wasn't really going to office hours unless I was really struggling. But high school, like, if I needed help on something, like, let's say it was lunch, I would go like, this homework, because I would try to finish my homework before I got home so I could watch TV.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I guess it was just a power trip for me because, like, in college, like, I'm paying money for this class. So technically, I'm paying the teacher. Like, I'm making you money. And they're treating it like, well, like, come to me, that it is, that. I'm like, bro, I'm paying your check. Teach what you need to teach in class and teach it well. If I got questions, teach it well. I don't need to be coming extra hours.
A lot of college professors, though, they're very, like, condescending.
They are. It's like
dynamic in college for sure.
It's like, bro, like, teach it right in class the first time. Mm-hmm. Like, you try to make it a jigsaw puzzle just to learn information that I'm already paying for. Like, you should teach it right the first time so I don't have to come to office hours. Mm-hmm. I don't have to do the extra. I get it. College is a lot of self-teaching. It's a lot of that. But what is the teacher there for then?
I think a lot of them too, this was always my problem with professors, especially like STEM ones. Because they know the information, they're teaching it how it's in their brain and not for you to understand. So that was my issue a lot of times. And then it's like, if you don't understand, it's like, this is simple. No, it's simple to you.
You've been teaching this
for 20 plus years.
Twice a year, 3 times a year. Like, be for real.
Like, they just like are like, some of them were extremely helpful. I have some professors that I love so much, but like some of them were just like, yeah, like, you don't get this, like, you're an idiot, genuinely. And I'm like, bruh.
I remember I had one professor, and this was like early, like, college. So I think, or no, this was like probably mid-college. He was like, and this was an accounting class. He was like, if you guys like don't like, because a lot of people were failing the class. Like, it was a really hard accounting class. He was like, oh, if you guys are not like built for this, just drop the major. Like, do something else with your lives. And I'm just like. He literally said that to everybody in the class, and everybody would just look at him like, you're not for real right now. Mind you, this guy is the worst teacher. Like, he was the lowest rated on Rate My Professor. So nobody's trying to take him. But, like, it got to a point in the year where it's like the good one only had like 2 classes. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just like, be for real. But it's people like that where it's just like, yo, listen, at the end of the day, school is you got your job, I got my job. Mm. It ends at that. Once 3 o'clock hit or once this class is over, our contract is done for the day. And I think even with relationships, like, teach a kid and let it be that. The little relationships, the little thing, like, you could be cool with kids, whatever, but like keep it very just.
Not even relationships, the little raping, the little sexual assault, the little grooming.
Yeah.
Like, do you think though, when you get to college, because there be student-professor relationships, does it make it, like, is that deemed acceptable to you
in college? It's tricky because college, it's like, you're probably like, what, going into college, you're 18. 19. It's still a little weird if you're like 18, 19,
because a lot of these college professors
are like
early 30s and 40s.
Yeah, very few times where I had really young college professors that were like still actually in school, like pursuing a higher degree, like master's or not master's, a PhD or whatever. But they were like cool. Like, I'm like, yeah, but I was a little bit older myself, but it's still weird.
It is weird because there's a power dynamic at the end of the day.
There is, yeah. All right, so on to the next topic. This topic's a little bit more recent. Not recent. It's been going on for a while, but we're going to be talking about performative Christianity. And what we mean by that is, in the Christian space, there's certain, I'm not going to say, there's a certain look sometimes that I feel like is just like, I don't know if it's aesthetic or
it is aesthetic,
or if it's like generally the people, because it's like, I feel like back then Christianity, like, you could tell when people are Christian, but not everybody acted the same. Like, people have their individuality. That's what I'm trying to say. Now we do see a lot of like, is this like a social media look? Are you doing this to like
get a man or a wife?
Yeah. Or is this generally you? Even in the church, so like, what do you think about performative Christianity before I get into our questions about it?
So before, you just said that you feel like back in the day there was more individuality.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like performative Christianity started, well, on my view of what that is, it started before like social media. This is for performative Christianity to me.
It started before social media?
Yeah, it started before this became a thing to have like Christian influencers and all that stuff, or people that are just like performative Christians. It started before. There's always been performative Christians in every space, even in church. Like, when you could just tell, like, I grew up in a church, literally born and raised. You could just tell someone's just faking it. Like, and I hate when people are like, you don't know, like that. No, you can tell, especially if you've been in church all your life. You can tell when somebody fake caught the Holy Ghost or fake or the Holy Spirit. Like,
not really.
You could tell when someone is just doing things like they're praying super hard, but they're looking around to make sure that everybody hears.
Like, Lord, thank you for
and then you using big words like onomatopoeia and all that stuff like that. And you looking around, make sure everybody looking at you. That one person, they boyfriend or girlfriend came to church today, so now they extra Christian the day that person came over. We all know of performative Christianity, or even people that be like screaming at the top of their lungs when the preacher is like talking, but it's not just just the hallelujah, yes, praise God. It's every 5 words that the preacher says, you're screaming. Like, at that point, no, the ushers, where you at, ushers? Because that's why I don't be like mad at some preachers when there's that one person in clips that be like screaming every 5 seconds when they're like, okay, that spirit of distraction, comment. Like, we rebuke that right now. Because really, sometimes some people are even sent, like, some people in church be like witches and all that stuff, literally sent by the enemy to go in and like cause disruption, cause distraction from like the service. So I know a lot of performing Christianity, and honestly, I've seen a lot of them, and I always try myself to not ever go in a space of like performative Christianity. It's either I'm there, I'm feeling the spirit, or we're on a high, or we're just like, I'm feeling the spirit, but I'm very just
let me stop you there, because that was actually my question. So like, did you anytime in your walk, your faith, have you ever felt like you were doing something where it's like, I feel like this is more performative than actually like pleasing God, or like actually my genuine relationship with God?
like, no, not that it was my intention to be performative, but because I grew up in church where they were too familiar with each other. It's like, oh, I just see you as little Carlisa.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm standing trying to minister and I'm just getting like dead stares at me like, all right, put on a show. Because, you know, when you're little, you're like, these are the books in the Bible, Leviticus,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. You know, so when you grow up, it's like, I see you as that. Like, come on, monkey.
They don't take you seriously.
Like,
literally.
dance, like, you know? So that's where I'm like, yo, this does not feel like I'm ministering to someone. And that sucked because I'm literally genuinely trying to worship God with my whole heart with everyone.
Yeah.
And I pray beforehand, but it's like, you're just looking at me like, okay, sing, dance, read.
Yeah, it's very tricky too, especially because like if you grow up in the church and you're doing stuff young and then like you're transitioning, like a lot of, and maybe I'll talk for more Haitian churches, but a lot of people can't really see you transition or they don't want to believe that you're growing up. So it's hard to kind of stay and minister when like, you did it young and then like you're growing up now, you're a completely different person, but people only see that young you. So I definitely get that. Honestly, I think even me, like something that I was just like, yo, is this genuine or is it me? It's honestly just the way I pray. Like, I feel like before, when I was younger, I had to say certain things. You had to have your vernacular.
vernacular.
Make sure you say stuff. Make sure you say like the Heavenly Father God, this, that.
Lord
like,
Jesus.
Yeah, like saying a certain way. But then like, honestly, I feel like my best prayers came from like me just talking to God like it's a conversation. And I feel very like natural and I feel like it's not forced. And I feel like I'm more real with God than me just trying to pray a certain way. And I'm not saying that people that do that is wrong, but like, that felt performative in my sense. But to the next question, I know you say you've seen it before, which is very true. Like you see it a lot, even, the way people do things in church, out of church, whatever. But do you think that social media though played a part in Christians being more performative in their walk?
Yeah, I do, because I feel like a lot of I've seen a lot of like influencers, especially, they transition or come into Christianity and it was for the good. Like I've definitely seen that being at like, oh, this is a natural transition. Like you really, like the Lord really spoke to you.
Yeah.
And like you just switched your life around, and that's all glory to God. But like there's somewhere it's just like you're coming on here basically condemning others, knowing that you'll be doing your dirt, like you'll be doing your dirt, or it's just like the aesthetics, like, and it's just like, yo, the walk is like for real not aesthetic. I think it's good to be encouraging to others.
That's very true.
Of your life, but the walk is not aesthetic.
Yeah,
like it's not just like the cutesy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on the beach with my Bible.
Yeah.
Like, it's really not like that. I think it's great, like I said, to show, like certain things of, like, what true freedom is when you're on your walk with Christ. It's beautiful to see. Like, we have our family, for example, our marriage. Like, it's good to show that. But we also showed the bad when we lost the pregnancy. And still trying to believe in God. Like, I think there needs to be a genuine balance, because you don't want to just show everyone the good. And then imagine you have somebody that's a new, like coming in as someone, a baby Christian or a new believer and stuff like that. And they're coming in and they're expecting everything to be good because that's what you showed. Instead of just like the reality and the truth, you know?
And it's so hard to, like, I think that's why it's, a lot of, I'm not saying this is like the main thing now, a lot of people kind of struggle to connect sometimes in certain atmospheres as far as Christianity or certain churches, certain groups, because it's like you said, there's no realness anymore. Like, I don't want to just hear the basic, like, oh yeah, like this, that.
Or
like,
prosperity gospel.
Yeah, like I don't want to hear that. Like, yo, we're all going through real stuff. You probably went through real stuff just like I did. Like, give us the real of like how you kept your faith through it. Like, sometimes, I love a good testimony. I love seeing people come out on the other side of, a situation I'm going through or something similar or maybe something completely different. But like, I want to hear sometimes those testimonies of people who are in it and how they're feeling and how God just got them through the day, how God just helped them keep their faith in the midst of it. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be a rainbow on the other side. There's always going to be, you know, the happy ending. But a lot of times the happy ending is so small, and that middle part is the longest part of our lives. So it's like, how do we live through that? How do we go through that? I think a lot of it is just a lot of people you interact with or you probably like, you know, talk to, look for encouragement, whatever. They just are not real in that aspect. And it's like me, this is the thing, like I will never fake I would never fake how my faith looks in the current moment. If I'm feeling rocky, I'm gonna be like, man, I'm trying. Like, I'm trying to pray right now. Like, it's rough. Like, you know, God's good, yeah, but like, I'm not gonna lie, me and God beef right now. Like, it's a little bit, but I think that like, you know, people just miss on that, and they just try to paint this picture of like the perfect Christian to say, and you know, we obviously know that's not real. That's not true. There's no perfect Christian. You can't be giddy happy 24/7.
And I think too, like, I'm just more inclined to listening to someone that's more real, like as even like a preacher or like, you know, testimony, whatever.
You can
like,
feel when they're faking up there. Like you could. It's not. Like,
I'm sorry. Like I think I'm just like, it's called discernment. Like at the end of the day, we can't sit here and act like everybody be just A-okay, 100% truthful in everything that they're doing. Like it's called discernment. Like sometimes my discernment be ringing. It be ringing. Like, you know, and that's why I think too for myself, I be so on high alert even now of just like trying to make sure that I'm not a performative Christian. If I'm feeling it, you'll see that. If I'm not feeling it, you'll see that, you know. And even with like the Bible study that I do like every once in a while, like that, the way I was trying not to do that so bad, like I was trying not to do it so bad because I didn't want it to come off performative, even though that's not even my character. Like I think a part of it was that, like, trying not to be performative, so much so that I ended up walking low-key in like disobedience because God was actively showing me so many times to do it. But it's just like, oh my gosh, like I feel like I do a million things for real. I'm on social media, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm a mom now. I just didn't want it to be a thing of like I'm just doing it just to do it. But all glory to God, like it genuinely is something that I feel like God put on my heart to do, and it's helped me. It's helped the girls that are a part of it, and I just love it. So I know my heart, and shoot, even these people that I may deem performative, maybe they know their heart. God knows their heart, child. I don't know.
That's true. Everybody has their own walk. So it may look performative to us, maybe real to them, and like, you know, kudos to them. But just kind of like going back to us, how do we keep each other grounded so our faith stays authentic and not just routine or image based?
Honestly, I be telling you all the time, like, what if I be asking, like, what if God like calls you to be a pastor or like to be like a, I don't know, like a mentor, stuff like that, because you give the absolute best advice. Like you're truly wise beyond your years, and I don't think that you realize how God speaks through you a lot of times, even to me. All the time, but like I truly don't think that. But he always says, like, you know, that has to be something like literally God calls him to do.
God would have to take me up out my seat, throw me.
Because you're so like chill, like you're okay with being in the background, which is fine. Like, cause me too. Sometimes I'll be okay with being in the background, but like you're just not like the way people like seek advice from you, and I see it, and it's just like, yo, like you are really like that guy. Like
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, like and it's just so funny, but I feel like God speaks to you like you're not the outwardly like, wow,
no,
like,
I'm not.
That's not your character.
It's not my character.
But the Lord speaks to you through you regardless.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, and it's like, it's funny you say that because I feel like just even with us being authentic, I remember asking the other day, I like, you know, did you ever think you were gonna get like a emoji, not a mog,
a man of God,
a man of God? Did you ever think you were gonna get that typical man of God, like, you know, aesthetic? Because like I'm not that, like, you know. And I was like, I don't think I'll ever be that. But like I asked you that, and I, you know, we went to this conversation. I was just like, you know what, honestly, like, I rather you, my kids, see an authentic relationship with God and me be like who I am or who God made me to be and be truly that with God than me trying to put on that man of God look. Not saying that the man of God's out there, yeah, be faking the funk. Like, y'all doing y'all thing, but like, you know, that's just not my, like, you know, I'm more just like me. Like, but I honestly think in our relationship, we do a good job at just being honest with each other and like, wherever we are in our faith, like if, you know, I'm down, you're up, or vice versa, like we're very vocal about that. And I think that's the whole point of Christianity. Like when one person's down, the friend picks them back up. We don't always have to, not everyone has to fake this high and mighty faith that we really don't have at times. Like the point of it is so that we can help each other. And I think our relationship does a great job of that, because I'll let you know when I'm like, yo, Car, I'm not even trying to pray right now. Like, yo, God forgot about me. Like, you know, stuff is going on, this going on. Like, and you know, you would lift me up. You would like honestly, you know, pray for me.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. Yeah. So it's like, I think, you know, just emulating it here in our relationship, I think like, you know, it should be like that everywhere. I would say I have a good like men's group that like I go to occasionally. I try to go to, but they're like, a lot of them are pretty authentic where they at, and it's just like straight encouragement. Like, you know, if someone's down, like someone's not really feeling it, somebody's going through something, like it's encouragement, it's helping. And I'm like, it's like, that is like, I like that. Like I like the authenticity of that. And I think, you know, I try to keep myself in those pockets as often as possible, but the fact that we have it, I like it a lot, you know, because we're real with each other.
We are. So I'm gonna ask you the same question. Like, did you want me to be a wog? That extreme.
A woman
like,
of God. That's like a wog.
I don't know. I just made it up, baby.
Okay, new word, trademark.
Maybe
Wog. She a wog.
Like,
wog.
A wog.
Oh, that's hard.
Like, did you expect me to be like
that? You gotta trademark that.
I should.
She said it first, but nah, I don't want you to, because listen, I don't need a date, or well, not date. I don't need a, well, actually no, like before I got with you, we were dating. I didn't need a date like you know, she always got her skirt on. She always got her
long as a long skirt.
Yeah,
girl.
You got your skirt on. I mean, you always, like, I didn't need that. Like, me personally, I like when my women, you know, you dress up, you look nice. Like, I like that. I didn't, not in like a way that's like, but you know what I mean? But I didn't need a picture perfect Christian.
Yeah.
And I think that like, if I honestly did have that, like I would bang my head up against the wall a million times, because like, it's just not real at times. There are people who are like that naturally, or like maybe have that look naturally, but I think you're very open about yourself, which I like, and you're not just like, oh, I have Bible study today, so I can't, you know what I mean? You're not like too like, but again, this could be misinterpreted. Like people are like, oh, so you want somebody that's out there in the world? Like, no, I'm not saying you're that. I'm just saying that
I have a personality.
Yes, you have a personality. You're very real. And I think, you know, the same way.
Ultimately, I feel like people believe if they're super religious, that means I can have absolutely no personality.
Yeah.
And that is not even,
you can have a personality.
Realistic. Like, you can have a personality. Like,
I think the over religious person, like, it works for some people and just doesn't work for others. Like, it didn't work for either one of us, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because like,
keeps us grounded, keeps us real, and it allows us to view God, like I was talking in my Bible study, allows us to view God as a father instead of a dictator. Because I feel like when you cross in that super religious, and a lot of times they don't even be super religious, it'd be a lot of culture, specifically like we're going to talk about Haitian culture, because that's where we grew up. It'd be a lot of cultural rules that slip into the church or slip into Christianity, and that's what the person is going by. And in that, I feel like I had my phase where, when I was like, I want to say like after I got baptized in high school. a little bit after where I was super just strict and just and I didn't view God at that time. I could truly say I feel like I didn't view God as like a father, like as a friend, as someone I could talk to, because I was very just trying to be so by the book that I at some point literally like crashed. Like, and I went straight into rebellion because I was looking at God as a father and still stuff was going. I was that picture perfect. Stuff was still going wrong in my life at that time, especially like early college. And then it's just like crash, like doing my dirt, you know? And so once I leveled out, started to look at God as like my friend and my father, and just making sure that I'm not living in shame. I'm not condemning others. I'm not condemning like myself for stuff that I've done in the past. I felt like once I kind of leveled out, like I was fine.
Honestly, and I think too, even just in the faith community, I think a lot of more relationships would happen and like flourish if people were just
real,
and they were open to having somebody that's honest and not a mog or not a wog. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of times too, like especially people in the faith, they just want the image of like, okay, I want man that's gonna be this, and he got to be a preacher, and he got to do this, and he got to do that,
and a lot of it be so performative that in those marriages they end up cheating.
And it's doing them dirty. So I think even a lot of more relationships will flourish if people are just honest with, you know, each other in their walk, in their faith, and like not everything has to be picture perfect.
Yeah,
because we don't, you know, God knows we're not picture perfect. So what we out here
definitely not picture perfect, y'all. We be I felt like our relationship alone, people could see. I've made so many different videos. Is definitely a testimony alone because of the spiritual warfare that goes on in your fiance stage. I felt like when we were in the boyfriend girlfriend stage, we was chilling. As soon as that ring came on my finger, fire.
Oh yeah,
fire.
Boyfriend girlfriend chilling. Yeah, the ring engagement.
Fire.
It was a lot. We go through a lot.
Like, we're going through grief in our first year of marriage. Like, what? Baby, we're supposed to be living it up. Like,
we still going through it now.
No, for real. Like,
still going through it now.
Feels like we've been married 10 years at this point. We done been through so much, you know. So like this is definitely a testimony, and we plan on being as authentic as we can be, as authentic to up to the point where we are also still protecting our privacy, protecting our relationship, protecting our marriage as well. So, you know,
but
giving just as much as we want to.
But it's rough, man. And I think, you know, whenever, you know, to the people watching this, probably single, dating, like, you know, if you're looking for that picture perfect Christian or that picture perfect man of God, woman of God, whatever of God, it's just not like, it's not gonna be that. I think you guys just gotta be honest with each other. You guys gotta be real with each other in your faith, especially early on. If you could do that early on, I think that can only, you know, build your foundation very strong, because then you don't want to get into a marriage where it's like, oh, I thought you were like this. But really, this person is struggling with like 30 million different things, and like you didn't know. Like, be honest early on, and I think that will only just set up your relationship for success, especially with, you know, Christ in the middle of your relationship. But
I agree.
I think that's all we had.
That is all we had. But you know what you haven't done in a while?
What?
Like, what to leave them with for the week.
What to leave them with for the week. I will give you the honors of starting it off.
What to leave you with for the week is that you are worthy. You are beautiful. You are handsome, and your life matters.
What I would leave you guys for the week is to move your body. I think as it gets warmer outside, I run a lot, or I try to run more.
Your running era again.
Or back to running. But I think just like you get a lot of clarity on a lot of things, like when you just go for a run, go for a walk. And honestly, I use that time a lot too, not on runs because I'm too busy breathing, but like if I'm walking, or like just use that time to talk to God. So move your body, because laying in bed all day, don't do it for you. being in the crib all day, don't do it. And sometimes you hear God best when you're out and about, walking, having those intimate moments with God. So get up, move your body, and it's good for your health too. Mm-hmm. Summer coming around the corner. Y'all watch our summer bodies. Get right.
Mm. That's it.
That's it, y'all.
Oh, no, that's not it. We have an Instagram account now. So
yeah, we do.
If you go on Instagram, if you go on TikTok, the TikTok was always there. We just changed the name. But if you go just type in Carly and Box, literally Carly and Box on Instagram or TikTok, please make sure you follow us and like and subscribe and share this video. Don't forget to comment. The comments help with the engagement as well. Share with your mama, your auntie, your friends,
granddaddy,
your sisters,
great-great-granddaddy,
your nieces, your nephews. And yeah, we're just growing, and I'm honestly excited. We're excited again every time someone sends us a topic or wants to debate about something. We're very excited.
Love that.
So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Thank you, guys.
I wanna chat with Carly. I wanna chat with Carly. I wanna chat with Carly. I wanna chat I wanna chat with Carly. I wanna chat with Carly. I wanna chat with Carly. I wanna chat. Carly and Box.